that's another venture, right? Uh, I never know quite when it kicks in. Hopefully, we're good now. I'll close my browser, share my screen. Awesome. Um, so yeah, for ages, I don't even know if I've ever really enjoyed this table on the
Hmm.
the sort of hackathon page. Um, but what I know is that there's a lot of links. I'm not really sure who's particularly going, oh, I want to contribute to respond issues or source code issues or pipeline issues. And yeah, it's just a lot of stuff, I think. Um, and I think we would be better off calling out any sort of perfect, I don't know what you want to call it, like starter. Yeah, I think starter issues is a good one, like that, especially if they're kind of reproducible ones. So we can call out a specific issue. Um, and then maybe we just have a generic link to quick win issues. Maybe we could call out some of the other projects if we specifically wanted to say, like the GitLab project is Ruby on Rails on the back end. Here's a great issue to work on if this is your first contribution. It uses Vue.js, which is essentially JavaScript on the front end. Here's a great issue to work on if for your first one. All the documentation's in Markdown. Here's a good issue to get you started. Um, and then here's all of the quick win issues, which you can filter based on front end, back end, or documentation. Um, then we also have satellite projects that use, I don't know, Golang and other languages, etc. And then maybe we could link to these ones. Um, but I don't know how helpful this current table is, and I'm fairly sure if I try and go to one of them that I'm going to find okay, two open issues. So for a start, there's hardly any of them. So if
Several
people,
of those don't even have any issues in them. The issue
yeah,
quick
well
one.
that's oh okay. There's actually some of them with none. Even better reason I think to get rid of them. And then I suspect if we went into these, like, I mean, maybe they are good ones, but if you imagine that people were actually using this table, which they're presumably not, but you know, we have 70 people participating in the hackathon, like, you know, I don't want to say they're going to be fighting for these two issues, but it seems a bit mad to just have two in there. So, yeah, my sort of idea was to maybe scrap the table, or maybe we do keep a table, but have it slightly broken down in a different way. So, yeah, front end, back end, and documentation for the main GitLab repo with probably just one link for each. Um, and then we could talk about some, yeah, sort of CI components, Terraform provider, and other stuff. I don't know if we've got anything on our tribute to GitLab. Like, what I'm also conscious of is duplication. And if we've already sort of say like, oh, this is how to choose an issue. Um, choose how you want to contribute. So don't think we have anything about finding an issue on here. Um, so if you're not already aware, we enabled an automation less than a week ago. So we've changed the way that we do our kind of let's call it onboarding for the community fork. So before you requested access and we either approved your access and we just approved it, that was it, or we created an issue if we were a bit unsure, we needed a bit more information before we could approve it. That was kind of it. It was a bit of a hands off type thing, if that makes sense. So what we've now got is an automation. So everyone that requests access has an onboarding issue, and that onboarding issue is used to track the sort of progress, or track the approval, let's say, of the access request, but also track the progress for the contributor. So, you know, to try and encourage them to join Discord and read the tutorial. And then we've got links to these kind of quick win issues, etc. So I've literally just I've gone off on a bit of a tangent, but again, I'm really keen to avoid duplication and multiple source of truths and having different information in different places. So another idea might even be that we sort of somehow link back to this, if that makes sense. So we could almost suggest, like, you request access to the community forks, and in your onboarding issue, we will provide links to good first time issues or something like that. Might be an alternative. Anyway, lots of me mumbling on about bits and pieces. What's everyone else's views on what we've got at the moment and where you think we should be heading, etc. with this?
I guess my first question would be is, have you had any feedback about this page and getting into the hackathon? Like, because you're saying you want to change this and it feels very busy and stuff. Have people complained that this is too confusing?
Good question. It's a long time since the last hackathon. I definitely remember, and you probably as aware, you, Marco, Jim as well, like, of people dropping in maybe to Discord during the hackathon and sort of saying, "Oh, can you help find me an issue?" I don't know how easily I'm going to try and scroll back now in Discord to
be honest, even out of the hackathon, I remember oh, maybe it wasn't this page. We had a page for links to find issues and stuff to work on. The easy one, or the instruction to basically search for, yeah, this is only the hackathon.
Seconds 29.
Yeah, so maybe I'm confusing myself with the other page that we had, or we still have, with the links. But yeah, I remember pointing contributors to the documentation page.
So I think I'm almost, yeah, with 20 seconds. So I'm suspecting there's a GitLab with an issues tab. What features are being considered? So I'm guessing this is talking about hackathon, but I don't really know. Will there be an announcement? Can you grant access?
The big one that I remember from the last hackathon is there were several people pinging, when is the hackathon kickoff meeting going to start? Because they were considering it was their time zone, not necessarily. So I don't know if just like a Discord event or something would help with that.
It's a good point. Let's see if we've got anything at the moment.
There is not.
No, which surprises me because it should be on my checklist. Make an announcement, open issue. There must be one there. Make an announcement on Discord, but there's nothing for creating an event. So let's add something. So really matter where it is, right?
But even then, I think that when you create the event on Discord, if we set the time to a specific time, then the user sees that localized to their own time.
Yeah, they will, and also on the hackathon page. So it's pretty, it tells you exactly when it kicks off, and the kickoff call. So here it's sort of time in UTC, and if you click on that, it takes you to tell you what the time is in your time zone. So feel like we call that out really quite clearly. I don't particularly remember people asking about that, but let's just have a quick. So yeah, we can see immediately that on the first day there was someone asking about recommending issues to work on. Here's me sort of kicking off and sharing a few bits.
I just remember there was one guy last hackathon that submitted on the first day he submitted 12 or 14, well 106, whatever he did with how many things he did on the first day.
Yeah, I think they had a bunch of linting issues pre-primed.
Yeah, so let's check that now, though we're getting a bit sidetracked. Let's come back to that in a minute. But I wonder if I could just at the top say community contributors, please. Not one pop violation. Allow other new contributors. Something like that. Sort of like a big bold. I'm also going to remove all this. It doesn't really stand out that much to me.
Make it red.
There is. You can't color in Markdown, right?
Oh no, you can. I think you can put color references, but not color the text.
I know what I can do. Some emojis, maybe. There's no point in having assignees on here either, right? I'm going to shout as well. Epitome of laziness, that, right? What emoji would be good? Exclamation marky type thing.
Can you put Markdown in GitLab descriptions? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Because you could just wrap it in a. Yeah, no, it does GitLab strip them out. Like if you wrap it in a span with color red or something.
Oh, you mean HTML?
Yeah.
You can use HTML, but that's a good question, actually. I can't remember if color is something that's
You can make red text in GitLab issues as well, I think.
Yeah, because I'm sure I've seen I'm sure I've seen some color text.
Let me drop it in chat if I can find where chat is. There it is. So if you take a look at the link that I sent. Yep.
That's a very interesting format.
So they're
Oh, it's
abusing
latex. Yeah.
parts of how they're doing it.
Oh, it worked for me.
And then the infamous GDK issues that we'll see an uptick of. How is your GDK Docker going, Lee?
Has he muted himself or is he busy? Or maybe both. Is that GDK in the box, but with Docker?
It is, yeah. I don't know. My microphone just decided to stop working from time to time. I have to switch it off and on again. Yeah. We talked about in the stream a month or two ago. So Raymond had basically been working on sort of containerizing, and I know you, Andrew, do or have used the GCK, but that's like lots of containers alongside each other. This is just like one container. And yeah, I've been using it for the last few months, and it's been awesome. Definitely seems to run. I don't know if fast is the right word, but yeah, I think there's a lot less overhead than there was running it in the VM. And it's the main beauty of it is it's kind of scripted. So sure if this is it or not. Yeah, here we go. So the main beauty is that the GDK box with a VM at the moment is it's manually built, if that makes sense. So each time we update the image, which is probably a good month or two out of date now, so I should even think about releasing a new one just before the hackathon. Like we have to fire it up, run GDK update, clean down the logs, package it back up, zip it, upload it, etc. With this, your build will basically run Docker build, and then I guess it just passes in something, and that's it. Also, it runs Matrix, so it builds it for AMD and ARM, so it runs Windows, Linux, and Mac. But yeah, it's all just scripted. So anytime we need to change it or update it, we could just schedule this to run nightly, or whatever we want to do. So yeah, there's loads of nice stuff about it. But it's working brilliantly. But I would have liked to include this in like the onboarding issues and shout about it in other ways. But I think what we just need is we need this to get merged into GitLab Development Kit, and we need to document it. And then I think we can. I think then we can start sort of getting people to jump on. But I'd love that to be a sort of priority over the next quarter or so. Just gonna have a look if there's any more. So that's the 28. Yeah, so it doesn't look like that many people are asking about issues, but I'm sure they do. And like you said, there's some of these that don't actually have any in, and it's just so out of date, you know. We've even got qualifying issues, which I mean that doesn't make sense because all issues qualify, if that makes sense.
That was something that was very confusing, I will admit, at the very beginning.
So we used to have FAQs. We've got hackathon guidelines. We must have got rid of them, which is interesting. I guess now that everything is included, like we didn't need to, but we must call out somewhere. Here you go. Contributions to all projects under GitLab org and GitLab.com qualify for the hackathon. So there were so many caveats before, and I was just like, no, let's just simplify that. But let's crack straight on, I think, and start an MR. I know I might upset one person because I think we did just add very recently. So where is this table? This table here, I think. I mean, even this is like, how are you supposed to work with this? I think we added one of the departments basically added one of these recently. So yeah, we've got.
I unfortunately have to go. Sorry, everyone.
No worries, Mark. I'll catch up later on.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Marco.
Yeah, so we say we'll let you know as well. Contributions, so okay, so I'd like to we don't really want Markdown anymore. So we say something like we recommend picking, I don't know what kind of quick win. Issues. And I guess we should I do it from like the GitLab org issue tracker or from the actual GitLab? I think maybe the actual GitLab one, and then I could mention that there are other projects.
I can never remember what the difference between org and com is. And why
it's not so much org and com, it's more whether I should do GitLab org, which is the group, or whether I should do GitLab org/GitLab, which is
GitLab,
just the GitLab project. My suspicion is the majority of them. Oh, well, that's a confidential one. Yeah, the majority of them are. Oh no, we have got some in other projects. Yeah, my temptation. We don't want weight, do we? What would be your oldest first or newest? Oldest first, ideally.
Oldest first, yeah.
The problem is the old ones are the ones that potentially are no longer relevant. They need revalidating, etc. Like this one, it's 8 years old. Like, why is it not being picked? If it's 8 years old, there must be a reason why it's not being picked up yet, if you know what I mean.
Especially if it's a quick win.
Especially if my wife's supposed to be doing it.
10 months ago. Come on.
Unassign you. But yeah, like why is no one but hey, let's not get fixated. So we've got sorted on created, they're open, they're quick wins, and they're in the group. So yeah, let's suggest we recommend picking issues.
I did notice there's quite a few tickets that should have been closed inside of the queue that you guys have.
Yeah, I mean, is that these quick win ones or?
There are definitely some. So like, there's a ticket that I worked on and fixed a few months ago that still hasn't been closed. Like, it was merged and everything, but it was never like closed.
So I'm like super guilty of this. Like, we don't automatically close issues when a merge request is merged. We're supposed to sort of follow a process to validate and verify. But yeah, I've got a real tendency to do some work and then get it merged. Yeah, great. Move on to the next thing. I'm not
Yep.
very good at sort of keeping on top of the issues. And it's something that actually our team, the contributor success team, are actually kind of really trying to work on at the moment.
Is there a
But
way
yeah,
to get those noted, at least?
so essentially, like if you just ping either merge request coaches or me directly or the contributor success team or the core team or anyone, to be honest, or drop a link in Discord, whatever you want to do, like that'd be awesome. And we can, assuming, I think you need to be assigned to an issue in order to be able to update it or close it.
Right.
So I think you'll need to ping us on it. But one of the things that I really want us to try and organize, we apparently used to do, this is before my time, but something called an issue bash or a bug bash. Maybe not quite the same thing, but I would love to do like an exercise that doesn't actually involve code. That's just like a sort of curation and triage of validation of like issues, where we just kind of pour through the backlog. And you could get points every time you basically tell us there's an issue that can be closed, whether that's because a bug that's been fixed or a feature that's been delivered, or if there's a duplicate issue. I would love to do something like that, because you can imagine with 107,000 issues, it's just, yeah, it's not manageable, right? So with this, I was saying we recommend picking quick issues. We first time contributors. Um, what you call them, like reproducible. So what right language I'm using Hamel here. How on earth do I God unordered list? Apparently we don't have any. Okay, you can tell me how to do unordered list. So it's percentage UL. Yeah, because that's a P. So yeah, okay. And then I guess list item. Yeah. And do you have to do? No, that would be if it was code. I guess I can just do that list item. And then we can sort of say backend. This isn't going to be the best. And I'll probably say docs is easier, right? So start with docs. But again, I've used Markdown here, haven't I? Oh, Hamel, why? Why? Um, do. Sorry, I haven't done Hamel for so long. So
Does it make a difference if you use link to? Because like 3 lines up, there's just a random href in there.
yeah, well, that's what I was copying, but that's I don't know what to call it, lazy, cheating, something. Like I feel like we should probably be using if this is a Hamel file, we should be using the Hamel syntax or whatever. Quick win issues. Then actually, this is probably for first-time contributors, isn't it? Really, or for new contributors. And then I have several reproducible issues to learn the tooling. Gets running. So yeah, I haven't found any back end ones yet, front end ones yet, which is really frustrating. I'm sure there must be one. So then I'll have to fix this wording. So then I guess we want to say should I call out similar to here? Should I call out links for backend? Like it's easier than making people follow this and then add the label themselves, right? It's better if I do a separate one for backend, one for front end, and one for docs. Just there for a second. I thought this would make sense to fix. Let's link to documentation, and then the link, and then this one. And that's the link. So then we could sort of say, issues. I guess we could keep that, couldn't we? And then specifically then say unordered list item 2. And then again we can do back end here. Sure, there actually is. Oh, wow. Yeah, we got plenty of them. Documentation. Backend. Oh, two. Hmm. Right. So new contributors we recommend picking quick win issues. And we've got documentation looking. There's several reproducible issues to learn the tooling and development environment up and running.
All right, I'll see you guys next week.
Catch you later.
Bye.
See ya. Tooling. Right, so then we've got documentation, backend. These only pick up a single. These issues to allow other contributors to participate. I don't know. So the only thing that kind of leaves out is like, yeah, the ham, like it kind of covers off the majority of back end, front end, and security. But it doesn't really touch on the DevOpsy stuff, the website and the handbook.
That last GitLab link on the DevOps one's really bugging me. All the others have it fully linked, and that's just missing that and group.
This is actually the one that was recently added. But yeah, I just it's a bit
and
different.
Only two of them have
because
apostrophe S.
Yeah, and it's a bit different because this links to their issues, whereas this links to that group, that
group.
team, or whatever. Like, it's, yeah, but I must admit I don't particularly like it. So yeah, I don't really know what to say here. Like if you're not a so these aren't specifically the monolith, but it does link to it does like this would include things like the Terraform provider, etc. But I feel like we do need to call something out a little bit. The website we should probably get rid of now as well, right? Because most of it's in the CMS. Is that fair to say or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon it's worth removing. It's very annoying. It's very frustrating.
So, but maybe I could put Yeah, handbook should go in here. Let's say you can edge in the to handbook. Hard book. Looks all right to me. Still think we've got this DevOpsy one to sort of call out.
I just changed that line 150 to remove website and specifically put handbook.
Perfect. Thanks, Andrew. Contributing to get odd. So do we?
Are you editing this in the web IDE?
I'm indeed.
Yeah. I was wondering if there's any way we can preview this to see what you've done. Yeah.
No, to be honest, even if it is in Visual Studio, right, as a Haml, I don't think I'd need to do something pretty extreme to preview it. So,
but it's part of it's a different project, isn't it? You'd have to build the website.
Yeah, I don't know if we're now just thinking about like, do we? I probably don't want to lose these guides, right? So maybe a table was good. I don't know. But then this is just a generic contributing to GitLab guide. The fact that it's against security and then repeated against backend and DevOps is a bit insane.
Yeah, because that's 3 times, isn't it? Is the front end one different? Oh, that's front end guidelines.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe have a little bit before that, like around line 129, and just have a little bit of preamble saying, if you haven't contributed to GitLab before, here's a couple of guides on how to get started, and when you're ready, go here for some recommended issues.
Yeah, what I'm struggling with is obviously we've got a specific. It's only front end, isn't it? I'm sure we must have a back end specific.
Yeah, that will be.
You would have thought so, right?
GitLab back and
I don't think there is.
guidelines. Oh, back end.
It's a Ruby style guide, but Ruby cop guidelines. So there's lots of API and other bits, but yeah. Maybe we're better off linking just to like style guides or something.
I'm sure I've seen. Oh, maybe it's. Yeah, I found like testing best practices, which goes on about RSpec and stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, this seems to be very back end heavy.
But like, if we, I'm just worried if we send people like this is just an absolute what's the word, rabbit hole, right? Like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
What was that? The
maybe
subheading.
maybe this is what, and even yeah, but maybe this is what we should link to, and
Tutorial, making a GitLab contribution. Oh, that's what you were
seems
looking at
sense.
before.
Yeah, it's like whether you go. I think this choose an issue to work on. Here you
Join
go.
the community.
So view the issue. Yeah.
Yeah, there you
So more and more, I'm tempted to remove like
that stuff you've just added in.
yeah, kind of. But then I do like these ones. These are like really good first time ones that we've got like hundreds of that need to be done. So they shouldn't run out anytime too soon. Why is this so hard when do you know what I mean? It's never the actual development that's hard. It's what was all the yeah. I mean, I just don't know. What if we would sort of say recommend reading, starting with GitLab development guide or something like that. Which covers how to contribute, finding issues to work on, setting up a development environment, etc., raising a merge request. That better? Just point them to that. Stop creating all these millions of sources of truth. Am I? Yeah, you can hear me, can't you?
Yeah, I can. Which covers the process of finding an issue to work on, setting up a development environment, and raising a merge request.
Just seems like otherwise we're just duplicating. I think we could go like that maybe. There are several reproducible issues. Which are great for first time contributors. Either way, contributors. Let me say these only pick.
Excuse me.
A single fix for these issues to allow other contributors to participate. You can contribute to any page in the GitLab handbook by clicking in. Although there isn't a specific list of issues to contribute to, we encourage hackathon participants to explore the handbook for typos, broken links, and outdated information. Nice. So I'm happy-ish, although you know you're going to have to click through from the hackathon page to this, and then this, and then this. So that's, I guess, my only concern is like, is it too many clicks? But let's revisit that in a second. So what do we say about DevOps? So we've got this bit. We've sort of just got rid of all this, but DevOps. Yeah, about the only thing we might need to call out here would be like languages almost, to sort of say that the primary GitLab monolith or repository or application or whatever is Ruby on Rails and JavaScript.
Is that necessary to point out here?
Probably not. I don't know. It's just like it's hard because it's going to be like most of the people will be contributing to the monolith, but like anyone that comes along and if what they end up doing is coming on here, and then how long does it take before they actually figure out what does it say on?
I mean, I think by the time you've checked out the repo or set up some environment, like you're gonna know that it's Ruby and Vue.
Yeah, but that's a bit far down the line, really, isn't it? Like if you've got that far, I mean, bearing in mind that the repo is probably like 5 gig or something I suppose that's cloning it as opposed to just having a look at it. But yeah, maybe what I should be trying to do is if I raise this MR and then yeah, basically if I was to process of so at least you can jump a few less clicks, if that makes sense. So
Not sure if you've gone really quiet or your headphones turned off again.
I think I've gone really quiet.
Oh, you've gone really quiet. Okay.
Yeah, just these things are a nightmare, aren't they? This is no specific. Is I'm just trimming some of the fat here, I think, as well, because it's very wordy. No specific list of issues we encourage. Like, do we use you yeah, 23 times we use you, so I'm going to use you, right? Where were we? Yeah, we encourage you rather than hackathon participants. Okay, so do we need to write anything about DevOps or anything else? I'm wondering if just like you can find a list of GitLab projects here or something like this, but seems unnecessary. Yeah, let's try and get rid of that. So, what does our diff look like? Can't really tell because before we had lines which were thousands and thousands of characters long. So
I was going to say, it looks like you've just added more stuff to it.
yeah, but believe it or not, it's much more simple. New contributor starting with. Again, do we really need?
Does this
like
deploy a review app we can check out beforehand?
I think so. Yeah, we recommend starting with a GitHub contribution guide, which covers the process of finding an issue to work on, setting up a development environment, and raising a merge request. We have several reproducible, which are great for first-time contributors. Orientation, backend. Should I sort of say like Ruby there? I think that doesn't hurt, does it? Because that is specifically a Ruby cop thing. Please only pick up. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is valid. I think
is that documentation markdown or Haml?
Yeah, I was considering that, so I'm glad you said it. That's what you meant, presumably.
Yeah.
Awesome. You can choose to any page in Handbook by clicking this. Yeah. You think any does that sort of seem? Give that a see how that looks.
Yeah,
it's going to require
need to check it out on the.
Yeah, like just I don't know. No. Yeah, to work on. I'm still in 2 minds, but right. So we're going to do create a new branch, and remove hackathon issues table, update hackathon. What's this section actually called? Issues to contribute. Oh. And then at the same time, so should I do a quick MR? So this is good that we sort of say about it being Ruby, Haml, JavaScript, and we mention a few other. I'd quite like to add the Terraform provider maybe to that, although I'm sure people will be like, oh, why have you chosen like that project and not mine?
That very particular one. Yeah.
You could go down quite a rabbit hole, I guess. What I'm also interested in is the quick win. Yeah, that is for the whole group, which is great. One small difference is that doesn't explicitly have this sort. So I think it's probably good to right. I'm sure that's right. Yeah. So what would you call it? A domain or like filter specifically, or like documentation. When Backend. Front-end. I just think that's a little bit easier than expecting people to go in and then add those filters themselves. It gives them a little bit of a somewhere to start.
Yeah, I guess.
Especially considering how flaky this search is. Documentation. Dare I risk just end. Then so that's where I don't know if we should link down. Where was I thought? Oh, that's good. The technologies actually appears before the choosing an issue to work on. So the only other thing that'd be really helpful is if we called out the community forks, if we don't already. Probably on the on the
hackathon page.
Yeah, I think so, because that's where we're really like we provide these links on there, and that's our opportunity to have that conversation with them.
Is a Terraform provider in Go?
It is indeed, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Terraform provider. So we added the Terraform provider and we tweaked the links. So I don't know, let's say improve more solution guide. I always get confused by this because hitting enter here is going to do the commit and create the branch, isn't it? So flesh out win issue links. But yeah, I know exactly what's going to happen here. A load of debate's going to start, and we're not actually going to manage to get anything managed.
When's it starting?
We can take baby steps. Monday, so it's pretty. It's a week, less than a week now. So got rid of that. So yeah, yes, we don't.
Do you have overriding authority to just push merge?
Yeah, I do absolutely, and but like what I'll also try and Daniel's really hot on this stuff, so I'll probably be like I'll drop a message for contributor success for anyone to take a look, but I'll sort of ask Daniel if he's not overly concerned about anything, and we'll try and do a quick back and forth and get it merged ASAP. So yeah, sorry, we don't mention community forks. So one last thing before lunch. Do you know what? It doesn't need to be drafted. So yeah, how do we slot in? Just trying to say so much, aren't we, in such a small
yeah.
No, I did want that.
Here's everything you need to get started hacking on a 12-year-old, 15-year-old project.
Well, yeah, and like you say, it's not even that, is it? It's collaboration collection of like 500 projects, which
Yeah.
include the monolith sort of thing. So yeah, issues. We have like get started, right? To get started, block the dates in your calendar, RSVP to the meetup event, identify an issue. So even this is a bit like, well, we're telling them to do this, but then down here we tell them how to do it, and we don't link from there to there. Oh, that's interesting. This is an ordered list. No reason for that to be an ordered list, is it? Join the sessions. Low. Oh. So now we're almost, oh God. Get the live hackathon leaderboard. So this is no. Yeah. This is just honestly, how can it be so
That's
hard?
kind of annoying.
So I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I definitely think it's an unordered list.
I think that sounds like it's time to call it then.
What's that? Sorry?
Oh, sounds like it's time to call it then. Oh wait, what time is it
Yeah.
there for you? It's only midday, isn't it?
It's 12:30, yeah. So but I want to improve it, but you know, when you just like it's just God, like so yeah, blocking the dates in their calendar and RSVPing, that's really good because that kind of gets it in their calendar. Finding an issue, like you don't need to do that before the hackathon, all right? And we talk about that further down as a separate session, issues or epics to contribute to. So let's just not do that. Maybe
yeah, because I mean that line there was basically trying to stop multiple people from getting the same issue. And like, has that ever been an issue?
A few
Where
times,
like 4
but
people. Oh, really?
yeah.
Okay.
What? This is weird. Oh, I think I remember why I did that actually. So link to what did I want to put here? Request access to the community box. I've got to find that link, haven't I? And yeah. All I'm thinking is if they request access, they get an onboarding issue. And the onboarding issue is like I say, it has the quick win links. It tells you everything about getting started. And yeah, it's our opportunity to interact with them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because now, like this section is actually called issues or epics to contribute to. I don't even want to put epics in there. Issues to contribute. Yeah, we kind of touch on that. Yeah, we do. Yeah, let's just tweak that. So we've got Yeah, we've got one which is hugely simplifying that table, mainly linking to the docs. And then one which in the docs is fleshing out with a few more links. Yeah, cool. I don't think that's too controversial. I'll ping Daniel on those and the rest of the team and see what they think. You maybe check out the review apps if and when they spin up.
Sure. Can you whack in that link? Just so.
Yeah, I will drop. Oh, there you go. It's already got one, albeit that'll be prior to that change that I just pushed. But yeah, so you can see there's not this table here anymore.
Yeah.
Seems a bit more concise. Yeah.
That was a very quick spin up of the thing. Why did that gone so small?
Share. I think it's because I did call that out a little bit when I was doing it. We've got these links. Oh, I did put another P in there actually, so it shouldn't be. Or I thought I had it sort of tacked on after an ordered list, if you know what I mean. So it's like list item, list item, list item. Yeah, it is.
Oh,
yeah,
it is tacked on. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know whether to just move it to the top instead.
Does it just no? Because if you indent it, it's just going to go on the end, isn't it? Yeah.
Use only pick a single. I think that's okay.
Yeah.
See how they look in a minute. I'll drop the links to the MRs in Discord, and yeah, we go from there.
Cool.
Awesome. Thanks, Andrew. Sorry, it was a little bit painful, but yeah, it's what they say, like it's that thing about like naming things, right? Naming things is like the hardest thing in the world. Like building stuff isn't so bad, but hey ho. But yeah, have a great, I don't know, what is it for you? You're pretty much done for the day. Enjoy the rest of your week
Nighttime.
and catch up soon.
Cool. Catch you next week.
See you later, Andrew.